by your phone. Stop being distracted by your phone. John chapter 10, verse 10 states that the thief comes only in order to steal, kill, and destroy. I have come in order that you might have life. Life in all its fullness. In Colossians chapter 3, verse 2 states that keep your minds fixed on things there, not on things here on earth. And lastly, Romans chapter 12, verse 2 states that do not conform yourselves to the standards of this world, but let God transform you inwardly by a complete change of your mind. Then you will be able to know the way of God, what is good and pleasing to Him, and it is perfect. Stop being distracted by your phone. Most often we are carried away by our phones. We are distracted by our phones. We prioritize our phones in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, and in the night. We are so distracted. The phone has made us to be so distracted. We love the phone so much that we place a lot of priorities over the phone. Stop being distracted by your phone. Most often, as soon as we wake up, the first thing we will touch is our phone to check for notifications in the phone, to check in the phone as to whether there's a missed call on the phone, there are messages on the phone that we need to respond to before even telling God thank you. We are so distracted to the phone to the extent in the night before we sleep, instead of us praying to God, asking God to carry us through the night, we will have to play it on the phone until sleep will carry us. The phone has distracted us to the extent, we put so much attention to it. And the devil is using that phone. The devil continues to use the phone and do all kinds of things. I've come this morning to encourage you to put your things on a renewal. Don't be conformed to this world. Let your mind be on God. Most often, we have Bibles in the phones, but we prefer, when we wake up in the morning, instead of us opening the Bible to read a verse, a scripture in the Bible, we will prefer to go straight on Instagram. We will prefer to go straight on WhatsApp. We will prefer to go straight on TikTok. We will prefer to go straight on Facebook and look at notifications. Look at funny things that will make us laugh, instead of reading a voice from the Bible from that phone. Using that phone to read a voice from the Bible, it becomes very difficult for us to do. The Bible says the thief, which is the devil, comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy. The devil uses the phone to steal from us, because when we are so much glued to the phone, the phone will steal our attention from God. So when we wake up in the morning, instead of telling God thank you for carrying us to bed last night and waking us up in the morning in our sound and right minds, we will go to the phone and look at notification in the phone. We start to play in the phone. When we wake up in the morning, instead of us reading a scripture, even if we don't have a Bible in the home, instead of us reading a scripture from the phone, we're there doing different things on the phone. We want to chat with friends. We want to send friends messages. So we are so glued to the phone than God. We get ourselves so attracted to the phone. Even when we are in church, people are in church and they are playing on their phone. People are in church, they are playing games on the phone. People are in church, they are chatting with people. People are in church. I mean, I'm not exempted from that. People are in church, they are receiving calls from the phone. People are in church, they are receiving text messages from the phone. And when those notifications come, they will go straight to it. The devil is using the phone to steal our attention. That's what the devil is doing. Trust me. We are so attracted to the phone to the extent when we are praying, we're concentrating on the phone. That's the terrible things that are happening to us. It's something that we need to get rid of, more especially with the young people. The phone is doing a lot. A lot the phone is doing. While the pastor is preaching, if you look in the church, you will see 90% of the congregation on their phone. While the choir is singing, the choir is administering to you, the choir is singing, people are on their phones. While praise and worship is going on, people are on their phones. So the devil is using the phone to distract us. We are now being carried away by the phones. Fellow brothers and sisters, I've come to encourage us this morning to stop being distracted by the phone. I'm not saying we shouldn't play in our phones. I'm not saying we shouldn't respond to text messages in our phone. We are in a digital world. I'm not saying we shouldn't respond to calls in our phone. But I'm saying when we wake up in the morning, the first thing to do is to tell God thank you before touching the phone. Tell God thank you for carrying you to bed last night, waking you up in the morning. Tell God thank you for the gift of life. That other people who went to bed and didn't wake up. So when you wake up, the first thing is to tell God thank you. If you even pick up the phone and you know you have a Bible in the phone, as soon as you touch the phone, the first thing you should do is to go in that Bible and read just a scripture and meditate on that scripture before you start to respond to anything in the phone. Before you go to bed, when you wake up, at least try to give at least a minute to God. Because throughout the day you're playing in the phone. Throughout the day you're playing in the phone. Now you are about to go to bed. The phone is the last thing now you're playing in. When you wake up in the morning, the phone is the first thing that we touch. I'm encouraging us, fellow brothers and sisters. Let's stop being distracted by the phone. When we go to church, we just stay like 2 hours in the church. Instead of that 2 hours in the church, instead of us focus on God and switch our phones off, we are distracted by the phone. I'm not exempted. We are in the last days. The devil is doing a lot to us. It's my prayer that God will help us to stop being distracted by the phone. That God will help us to focus on Him a bit. That God will help us to be focused a bit on Him. When we go to church, that we switch our phones off. That we'll not even put our phones silent, because when we put the phone silent, we'll still be distracted. We will want to still touch the phone. That God will help us when we're going to church, we'll go with Bible. That when He say, open to the book of John chapter 1, we will not want to open the phone. We'll go straight, we'll just open our Bible and put the phones in our pockets. After church, we'll put the phones on and respond to notification and other things. It's my prayer that God will help us. I'm not exempted. That God will help us when we wake up in the morning. That we will use the phone, we'll use a mini, use the phone, use a mini and communicate with God and read a scripture from the Bible. That God will help us when we go to bed. The last thing that we'll do is to just read a scripture from the phone when we don't have Bibles in the home. That when we go to church, we'll not be so distracted by the phone. The devil is doing a lot, fellow Christian brothers and sisters. Let's stop being distracted by the phone. May God bless these words and sanctify them.